everybody, welcome to OtakuCast. I'm your host, Angel's Calamity. You guys should know me by now, and I forgot my words again. You guys should know me by now, and I have a small YouTube channel, and I'm also a host here. And then my amazing co-host, Directionally Challenged.
I am Directionally Challenged. You can find me on YouTube/Directionally Challenged. How you guys doing today?
As you can see, we're both demons for whatever reason. He got the Oni mask. I'm like, if you're gonna wear the Oni mask, I'm gonna wear the horns.
It's so easy to explain why we're demons, because after our news today, our topic is top supernatural anime.
Yes, supernatural indeed.
I have to be much more like exaggerated with my movements.
Not getting claustrophobic inside that mask?
Not really.
The horns are kind of heavy, so they wobble. But you know what? I'll wear the horns as long as you wear the mask, okay? Chat's all excited to see us today. Look at that. Thank you, chat. So we're going to launch into news. And our first news is a Dragon Quest. DC, you want to tell us about Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai Crossblade manga?
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so some of you may not know this, but I am actually a massive JRPG fan, which Dragon Quest, if you didn't know, is a JRPG with art done by Akira Toriyama. So I was actually like, I saw this news and I was actually really stoked. Manga creator Yoshikazu Amami revealed on Twitter on September 4th that they will launch a Dragon Quest Dino Daiboken Crossblade manga in the November issue of Shusei's Saikyo Jump magazine, which ships on October 1st. So this is
and the art looks super cool.
Yes, Riku Sanjo and Koji Inada's Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai manga is also inspiring a new manga in Shusei's V Jump magazine, starting in the magazine's November issue on September 19th. Sanjo is credited with the original work, and Yusuke Shibatu from Zipman is drawing the manga. The manga story will center on the adventures of the characters Avon before he meets Dai and his companions. And a new anime based on the original manga will premiere on October 3rd.
That's awesome. And yeah, like the art looks super cool. Like, I really haven't played any of the Dragon Quest. I mean, I played a little of one of them way back in the day, but what I played was fun. So
disappointed.
I'm sorry. Look, there's so many games and so little time. And I gotta say real quick, there's fires everywhere around me, and I have allergies. So if I'm all snuffed up or have to make gross sounds, I apologize in advance. Allergies to fire. Like, outside looks like pea soup right now. But anyway, our next news story, Uchu Nanchara Kotetsu-kun manga about astronaut trainees gets TV anime. Yuji Nishimura's web manga, Uchu Nachara Kotetsu-kun, is inspiring a television anime that will premiere throughout Japan next April. The anime announcement came on Sunday, which the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency celebrates as Space Day, since the first Japanese astronaut launched into space that day in 1992. Nishimura drew an illustration. You can see it's Anime News Network link, and we have it in the Discord. But they're just cute. They're like little chibi animals. They're just cute.
Well, animals.
And
yeah.
The manga follows the daily life of Kotetsu-kun, who aspires to be an astronaut, and his friends at the Animal Space Academy as they all pursue their dreams. And he launched the manga on August 6, 2019, just after the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, and has since posted a chapter every other Monday for free, which is awesome. So cool.
It's being done at Fanworks, who make Agretsuko, that weird anime about the red panda that gets all mad and sings metal songs.
I love that Agretsuko show. I love it. I vibe with
same people that are doing that are doing this.
That's awesome. All right, what's our next news story, DC?
Bandai Namco announces Pac-Man Geo smartphone game for launch this month. Bandai Namco Research announced that Pac-Man Geo game on Thursday for release on iOS and Android in 170 countries this September. The action games will let players play Pac-Man on real-world maps with roadmap data from Google.
that's Pokemon Go, man, started a craze.
It's very very interesting because I remember playing Pac-Man, in the arcades as a kid, and
Waka 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 waka.
that's because Pac-Man has literally never left arcades. I think you can go to any arcade and still find Pac-Man now.
Most of them, yeah, or
I mean,
some
there was
version of Pac-Man.
it's weird to go to the arcade and see like Pac-Man and then like Tekken Tag.
In the game, players will choose the scope of the map to play, and they will encounter Pac-Man, Power Pellets, and Ghost. Players will also be able to collect real-world landmarks from around the world, even from the comfort of home.
From the comfort of home.
Bandai Namco Research Corporation on planning and development of the game. Technical validation and prototype direction of the game began in 2018. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. They debuted with the original arcade Pac-Man game in 1980.
Yeah.
And there was also a series called Pac-World in 2013.
That's very weird. I don't know why anyone would watch that.
I mean...
You're very weird people.
I'm waiting for Silent Hill Go, honestly. I want to see Thick Daddy Pyramid Head.
Silent Hill! Aren't you already living in Silent Hill?
Yeah, you're right. I just need to hear that scrape of the sword along the concrete.
Look, when I was living in a town, and it was super foggy out, they were doing construction work on a new building for the school that was literally across the street. And so they had this giant crane, and they had an I-beam on the crane, and they never put that I-beam down at night for some reason. And so it'd be super foggy early in the morning, like barely any light. It's still dark, like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and you just hear... and it's like Jesus. And then some days they'd run the siren test while it was foggy, and you hear that sound, and I'm like, oh great, we're gonna die. It's Silent Hill.
Aw, jeez.
Aw, jeez, Rick.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd leave my house. I'll just peer out the window waiting to see Pyramid Head. That's all I'll do. All right, and then our next news story.
You want to tell us about Fortnite?
Now, I don't know if any of you guys know about the Fortnite versus Apple thing, but long story short, Apple is warring against Fortnite because they put their app in Fortnite's Apple's App Store, and Fortnite was like, we're not gonna, because Apple was skimming off the top for all of their in-game purchases, and Fortnite's like, you know what, if you guys buy through the web browser, buy your in-game purchases, we get all the money, and you get an 80% discount. So Apple got mad at that, and pretty much right now, they're still in the middle of their war with Apple, and they're splitting into 2 different games, Fortnite into 2 different games because of the fight. And pretty much the one that's left on the Apple App Store is kind of going to be stagnant. It's not going to really update anymore. On PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC, and Android, Fortnite players will have access to all of the new content and the potentially Marvel-themed new season, which we did talk about on a couple episodes ago. Most new Fortnite seasons pack in significant changes, including updates to the map.
I refuse to keep the Fortnite hate to a minimum. Refuse.
On Apple devices,
I'm just saying, though,
players will miss out on all that new content. The game will be in stasis. So there's a big article about it, and if you guys want to watch more, there's actually, if you guys know about the game theorist, Matt Pat did a video on the big war, and it's very interesting. That's why I don't play Fortnite. I got into it because of that video, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and watch these 2 titans sit here and fight and enjoy it, because I'm a harbinger of chaos.
The only thing that seems weird to me is leaving it up on the Apple Store, but not bothering to update it or anything like that. Because it's like, at that point, why keep it up there?
I mean, there's probably a lot of, I don't even think anyone can purchase anything on it right now. So I don't know.
Just seems weird.
I don't know. But you know what? That's fine. Did you guys hear about a little game? It's not very popular, called Fall Guys. Anybody heard about that game?
You mean Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, the game?
Yeah. Look, I've played Fall Guys too. I played it with my friends. I've quite enjoyed it. But there's a mobile version of Fall Guys coming in the works, but it's going to be only available in China, which is something.
Dang it.
Game analyst Daniel Ahmad tweeted that Chinese entertainment company Bilibili has secured the rights to
Bilibili.
publish a mobile version of the game, but in China only. They're an exclusive agent for a genuine mobile game in mainland China that Google is translating to Jelly Bean Ultimate Knockout, which they are kind of little jelly beans.
Yeah, they are little jelly beans.
Yeah, and but in China the PC and PS4 versions go by the same name, so they're also Jelly Bean Ultimate Knockout instead of Fall Guys, which is fine. But Jelly Bean, the co-founder of Fall Guys, Mediatonic, confirmed the news Monday. We can confirm Bilibili have secured publishing rights to a mobile version in China. As you can imagine, there's lots of questions about platforms since launch, and of course, we'd love to release on more platforms in the future. But for right now, we're focusing our efforts on PC and PS4. So, I mean,
if you see any ads for a mobile version, are scams. It's
yeah,
only in China.
Yeah, only in China. And then I lost my where I was reading. Oh, there's no word yet when the mobile version of Fall Guys will be available in China or when we might see one in the US, but Mediatonic has said it would love to bring the game to other platforms further down the line. So, I mean, I'm not much of a mobile gamer. My mobile phone has like one game, and I think it's Don't Starve. So
I've only got like idle games.
yeah, if I'm gonna game, I'll get on my computer or something. Or I do like the Facebook instant games if I need to kill 10 minutes. You know, the ones that are pretty much.
But
Fly!
as you can
That
see,
fly was all up in my grill. Anyway.
as you can see, I've shifted the mask over in reference to us shifting to the topic today.
And DC, do you want to tell the lovely people what our topic is again?
We're talking about top supernatural anime.
Now, look, I had a hard time with this one. Okay? I did. I really, really did. Because there's a lot of supernatural anime that I really enjoy. They're really.
But before we begin, shout out and honorable mention to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, look, I have a bunch of shout-outs, honestly. Ones that did not make the list, but are amazing nonetheless, like One Punch Man, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'll get to that.
I had to do it. We did it for the sci-fi one, because it's technically a sci-fi, but it's also a supernatural.
Look, so there's so many that are like on the borderline. Like okay, well, hold on. Let me give you the definition of supernatural anime. And it's supernatural fiction or supernaturalist fiction is a genre of speculative fiction that exploits or is centered on supernatural themes, often violating naturalist assumptions of the real world. So there's a lot of things that can be lumped under that. What about, like, this is not on my list, but it almost was the actual anime adaptation of the Supernatural, of the show Supernatural.
Oh
like that was almost on my list, but I haven't seen enough of it to talk about it. But anyway, DC, why don't you hit us with your first one?
Lord. I don't know which one I want to hit first. You know what? I'm gonna do Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm gonna do it in my little order I made. I'm gonna do Yu Yu Hakusho.
Awesome, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Have you seen Yu Yu Hakusho? Because we know there's a long list.
I've seen very little of Yu Yu Hakusho. When it was on, I just saw it in the middle between the shows I actually wanted to watch, and I was like, all right. But all I can think of is that what is it? I'm a finger. You know, the anime anti-hell. That's what.
With many restraints on spoilers, Yu Yu Hakusho follows Yusuke Urameshi, and he is a delinquent teenager, you know, beats people up, that sort of deal. And
he's a naughty boy.
And he dies. Not a spoiler, that's like literally the first thing that really happens to him is he dies. He's walking home from school, and he sees a little kid playing with a ball, and the ball goes into the street, and the little kid runs into the street to get it, and this dude's driving down the street, and Yusuke jumps in the way, saves the little kid, gets hit by the car, and dies. And so he's taken to heaven, where he's essentially told, we don't have a place for you, because we literally never expected you to do a selfless thing in your life.
I mean...
So he gets a chance to come back and I'm not going to go into what everything that happens, but he gets a chance to come back, and he becomes a spirit detective, and his job is basically to hunt down demons that get through the gates and supernatural stuff. And that's
Yeah.
why you see him with his little finger gun. That's because that's literally the gun that was given to him as a detective. That's his spirit gun. Da 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 da. Gags. That's true. That's why he does that. There's one point where
Gotcha.
he holds his finger up, and he has like a bunch of little orbs that show up, and like there's one missing. He's like, I only got 4 shots left.
Okay. So he only has 5 shots?
At one point. Biohazard says Kurama is one of my favorite anime crushes. Yeah, Kurama's amazing. Kurama is one of the demons that Yusuke tries to capture, but ends up becoming a part of his team.
Ah. So he talked no
uses-
jutsu'd him.
No. Kurama talked no jutsu'd Yusuke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I forgot to even mention my shirt. It says, my imaginary friends think I'm cool, by the way. I forgot. So, feast
Kurama-
upon the nerd shirt.
Kurama has a
But
very
anyway.
special place in my heart because his story is very, very sad.
Hmm.
And is a
Poor
very,
boy.
very he started off as a very bad person and became a very good person.
Like a lot of anime villains.
It also has my favorite side character in a supernatural anime, because it has Kuwabara. Urameshi! I love him. He's great.
I don't know.
You'll
But you know what?
gotta
I'm going
watch
to talk
it. It's
about another one.
amazing.
I'm going to talk about one. I'm going to
Also,
talk about...
I respect the hell out of the mangaka.
Now, mind you, these are not in any particular order. I just yeeted them on here, and hopefully I have enough time to talk about all of the ones I picked. But I want to talk about
Urameshi.
Hellsing Ultimate.
But not Hellsing.
Biohazard says that she loves him as well. But Hellsing... Okay, Hellsing Ultimate and the original Hellsing is kind of a full metal... Are you done?
Making noises. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Trying to talk. Do you see this is my turn to talk? Anyway, Hellsing Ultimate and Hellsing are like FMA and FMAB. Like, one was written before without following the manga, and one was written following the manga. But Hellsing Ultimate has been one of my loves over the years. Alucard Daddy, but it's a gory horror-ish anime, and the synopsis for the anime is: there exist creatures of darkness and evil that plague the night, devouring any human unfortunate enough to be caught in their grasp. On the other side is Hellsing, an organization dedicated to destroying these supernatural forces that threaten the very existence of humanity. How's that doing? Is it doing good? Is that working?
No.
Oh.
It's overblown.
Oh, shit. I did a swore! Poop.
Dandyman.
Anyway.
Hey,
Editor,
Dandyman.
take a note of the timestamp, alright? Anyway. At the head is Integra Fairbrook Wingates Helsing, who commands a powerful military.
The most amazing woman in the world?
Yes.
I love her.
Sir Integra is just... She has cojones of steel.
I love everything about her.
What, Atomic Missy? You need to watch this anime. It's amazing. Okay, get with me.
Yes, you do.
I'll hook you up.
It is
fantastic. I got the hookup.
Also, if you don't want to watch the anime, just watch Hellsing Abridged. It's amazing.
Hellsing Abridged is funny, but I prefer the original Hellsing because Alucard, which for those of you that don't know, here's a big shock: Alucard is Dracula backwards.
Have you ever heard that Mitch Hedberg joke?
What?
I went to see a doctor, but all he did was drink my blood. Don't go see Dr. Acula.
Hey, a good bloodletting back in the day cures what ails you, man.
Oh, Biohazard says Hellsing was one of my first adult animes. And Hellsing Abridged is great. Of course it is, Mr. Dandyman. I'm gonna have to read your mind now. Bye, drink it all your blood.
Anyway, Integra's vast army pales in comparison to her ultimate weapon, the vampire Alucard, who works against his own kind as an exterminator for Hellsing. Look, if you want awesome fights, scary monsters, pew-pews, explosions, just all of it, watch Hellsing Ultimate. And then they also fight Nazis?
Vampire Nazis.
Vampire Nazis. What is there not to love?
if you want to see vampire Nazis get murdered to hell, it's a great anime.
It's a wonderful anime. Okay, there is lots of blood and gore, and I love it.
Yeah,
so.
it's adult anime. It's an adult.
It's
anime.
yeah, there. I love it all so much. I'm like, yes, hit me with that gore. The Otaku Empire does not, in fact, support bloodletting. Darn, are you sure?
We do not support a weekly leeching.
No leechings for us. Monthly. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, DC hit us with another one.
All right, I'm gonna continue in the order I actually put them in because I want to talk about Beelzebub. There's a theme with my favorite supernatural animes. Shut up. But I want to talk about Beelzebub. Do you know about Beelzebub?
Other than it's another word for the devil, no.
Okay, so Beelzebub follows a little baby named Beelzebub that is known as Baby Beels.
Okay.
And he's naked throughout the entire series.
As babies usually are.
Never wears
young
clothes
Goku in Dragon Ball.
Because there's a delinquent, the main character who's a delinquent, who gets picked to be the caretaker of Baby Beelzebub. And
okay,
he's picked because he's very strong. Also, he does not know how to take care of a baby, hence why the baby is naked all the time. He doesn't know how to take care of a baby. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Fair.
But the anime follows him taking care of the kid and a few people that are trying to take over hell. So they kind of want to eliminate Beelzebub and various other things. The first few bits of it aren't really about that. They're about him doing his life and gaining power and learning to control his power because he gets stronger by being connected to Beelzebub and making a contract with him. And there's one character, I can't remember his name, but I love him. And he's like the strongest character that was at the school. And him and the main character get into a fight and pretty much destroy the school. And like the next time you see him, the character like that he beat, the guy's like helping rebuild the school because he works as a part-time construction worker. And like throughout the series, he constantly is having to help rebuild the school or rebuild something. So you always just see him building stuff, and he's horribly powerful.
There's no plot armor like the school heals itself kind of thing that you see in a lot of animes.
No, they in fact, it's a plot at one point that they have to go to a different school because their school got so destroyed.
Right.
It's so good. It's hard to explain it, but there's like, Beelzebub has a wet nurse, his caretaker, and she stays with them, and her name is Hilda or Hildegard, and she's an awesome demon in a maid outfit, and she kicks ass.
Look,
she loves Beelzebub. She loves the little baby.
Is that graphic down there, the blonde?
I believe so. Yeah, she's adorable. Look at her.
She does look pretty cute.
And I believe
she do be cute though.
The big guy you see with the giant mustache in the background is a door demon. And
was his mustache handed down through generations?
No, it's just his fantastic mustache. But he'll just stand there and do this, and you have to like go through his body to teleport. This is very weird. It's so funny. I love
that puts a whole new meaning on being in here somewhere.
You guys need to watch it. It's like the greatest thing ever. If you like school fighting, like Crow's Zero with supernatural elements and demons.
Yeah,
actually,
it sounds entertaining.
Really good.
It sounds entertaining. I got another one for you.
I have a theme.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Look, I'm not talking about the third season. We don't talk about that.
Do you want to talk about?
The effing boss says I'm down with the pew. Biohazard says I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it, and she thinks she needs to watch it.
Yes, you do. It's so good.
It sounds entertaining. But Tokyo Ghoul.
How do you kill someone halfway in Tokyo Ghoul? It's after his torture session with Jason, you remember?
Yeah, look.
So decided I'm gonna break half your bones.
Look, okay, Tokyo Ghoul, if you have not seen it by now,
guy.
it's another one of the I think there's a theme with with
You have a
my
theme,
anime.
and I have a theme.
Mine
You're-
are like
you're-
awful horror, cringy gore, and
There's a guy
so.
named
But
Jason with a Friday the 13th mask.
look, Jason's one of the worst but best characters in it. I think we discussed that
The
before, haven't
gourmet.
we?
The
Oh,
gourmet.
look, the gourmet. I have mixed feelings about that man. But anyway,
Everyone should.
Tokyo
I like
has
the
become a
mask maker.
cool and merciless city where vicious creatures called ghouls exist alongside humans. The citizens of this once great metropolis live in constant fear of these bloodthirsty savages and their thirst for human flesh. However, the greatest threat these ghouls pose is their dangerous ability to masquerade as humans and blend in with society. Based on the best-selling supernatural horror manga by Shii Ishida, Tokyo Ghoul follows Ken Kaneki, a shy, bookish college student who is instantly drawn to Rise Kamishiro, an avid reader like himself. However, Rise is not exactly who she seems. You don't say! This unfortunate meeting pushes Kaneki into the dark depths of the ghouls and human world
I
in a
do love
twist of fate.
delinquents. I do
Kaneki
love
is
delinquents,
saved
Chase.
by the enigmatic waitress Toka Kirishima, and thus begins his new secret life as a half-ghoul, half-human who must find a way to live in both societies.
Does it not talk about the fact that the reason he became a ghoul is from an organ transplant?
No, that's not at all. Like they probably didn't want to spoil it.
That's like the first thing that happens.
Look, you're right. But
that'd be like us talking about Promised Neverland and being like, spoilers, there's demons. It's the first episode, you see them.
Yeah, that's true. Look, so some crazy doctor, there was an accident when him and Rise were on a date, and he got her organs, and look, it's weird, but it's really good, and then he's got to do the whole espresso depresso thing of, I don't want to eat humans, but I can't eat human food, and I don't want to die, but I don't want to eat humans, and yeah. He pretty much starves himself like most of the series until he goes utterly crazy.
Well, that's because they can't eat anything. They need to eat human.
And yeah, that's fun. You'd think if he was half human, half ghoul, he could eat a little bit of human food and a little bit of human.
Like, oops, haha, well, guess you're a ghoul now. Yeah, this is pretty much what happens, man. Dude, like, oh, oops, ghoul organs.
I mean, if it was that easy, sign me up, man. Give me a ghoul pancreas or something.
No, thank you. I don't want to be a ghoul.
No.
I'd rather be a Shinigami.
Yeah, Shinigamis would be cool. Shinigamis would be alright. But I don't know, being a ghoul though and getting what's the weapon called? What's it called? Don't turn that into a GIF, that expression I just made. Whoever's thinking about it.
I did a Tokyo Ghoul roleplay with my buddy once, and I remember the owls. We got a hold of some of their weapons.
Ooh.
We were in terms of power, we were C rank ghouls, but we were listed as S rank wanted ghouls.
Oh.
Because of bad luck and misfortune. We also had a really horrible teacher, so we hated our teacher so much that we killed him and ate him and left school.
Oh. Well, that's
Tokyo Ghoul roleplays. Yeah, kind of. He was old.
Well, I mean, I guess
we made a joke.
I guess it's better than ghoul meat, so.
Yeah. Well, my buddy became a.
Yeah, Bio. I think the weapon does start with a K.
Yeah,
like
Kinkwe.
Queen yeah, Queen K. No, that's the investigator's weapon. They call the ghouls thing something different.
The ghoul.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Anyways,
thank you. But anyway, give us another one, PC.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the manga I almost chose first. I almost chose Hitman Reborn because it's kind of a supernatural thing, but it's kind of like some other stuff going on. But I went with Dead Man Wonderland instead.
Dead Man Wonderland. I almost chose that one. It's actually on my honorable mention list.
I noticed that you didn't choose Dead Man Wonderland, and Dead Man Wonderland main character kind of gets like screwed over, sent to prison. Dead Man Wonderland, where they have like fights for entertainment and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and everybody has like blood powers. Weird blood powers. I don't know, man. They all have unique, cool blood abilities, though. Like,
yeah, it is a good anime, and I have seen it, but my memory, just in case you don't know, is absolute trash. So I was like, do I remember enough of this anime to speak about it? So I didn't put it on my list.
Deadman Wonderland has like so much awesome stuff going for it.
Look, there is. I do remember there's a lot of awesome stuff, and our main character is like innocent.
Yeah, he's innocent, and then our secondary main character is a lady in a weird skin tight suit that's flesh colored.
And she always gets herself in these situations, and he always has to save her, and just like trope, but it's good. It's done good.
It is cool. Like, I love the guy with the blade that comes out of his wrist. It's just, if I was in the world of Deadman Wonderland, the one thing I would hate is having to cut yourself every time you use your power.
Yeah, that would suck.
Gotta use my power.
The effing boss in chat says I love horror themed animes, and Biohazard said I wish they did a second season. I have the opening song on my phone. It was actually Biohazard that got me to watch Deadman Wonderland in the first place.
Deadman Wonderland is amazing. It gets crazy. There's the Man in Red. I'm not gonna spoil that one, but yeah, he's trying to find this guy because like that's the reason he's in prison in the first place.
And the prison's like a game show type thing, isn't it? If I remember
it's
correctly.
A weird game show. Yeah, where the prisoners fight for people's entertainments.
In chat says not anime but Junji Ito manga. What is that? Is that like a horror? Is that? I know you've told me about it before. I know that person as well.
I think I have.
The best person. I don't know. But yeah. So Deadman Wonderland, check it out. What else? I talked about that one. I forgot to
Same thing, boss. I have so many I want to watch, and a few I need to rewatch too.
Oh, dudes, there's so many anime and games out there. There's just not enough time. But Devilman Crybaby, have you seen it?
No, I have not. But remember, I think the last week we talked about the movie studio that actually produced that in our show after the show.
We did.
Yeah.
And Devilman Crybaby is like, okay, there used to be an old anime called Devilman, and this is like an ish reboot, but man, it's so good.
Devilman is very weird.
I watched this one, and I'll tell you what. Let me read the synopsis for you. Devils cannot take.
I just tell you.
Look, that way people know what the anime is about. Devils cannot take form without a living host. However, if the will of an individual is strong enough, they can overcome the demon and make its power their own, becoming a Devilman. Weak and unassuming, Akira Fudo has always had a bleeding heart, so when his childhood friend Ryo Asuka asks for help in uncovering devils, Akira accepts without hesitation. However, to Akira's surprise, the place they go is Sabath, an immoral party of debauchery and degeneracy. Amidst bloodshed and death, demons possess their partiers, turning their bodies into grotesque monsters, and begin wreaking havoc. In a reckless attempt to save his best friend, Akira unwittingly merges with the devil Amon and becomes a Devilman, gaining the power to defeat the remaining demons. Though it grants him great power, this new partnership awakens an insatiable and primeval part of Akira, having the body of a devil, but the same crybaby heart. Akira works alongside Ryo, destroying those that harm humanity and his loved ones. Look, that is a lot of sunshine and flowers to what the real story really is.
Horribleness.
The end is, I'm not spoiling it, just prepare yourselves. Bear down when those last few episodes start to play. Bear down. Prepare yourself. Find something hard to hold on to and have a pillow ready for reasons, because just... Yes, Biohazard 13 says, you recorded my reaction to the ending of Devilman Crybaby. I did. Like, that, the words do not, just... Bio, the pike, with the, on the top, you know what I'm talking about, yeah. But look, it was great, and the funniest part of that whole anime is just after, like, he's this weak little unassuming kid, and then just after he gets demon, he gets taller and stronger, and sexier. And then they're like, oh, we're doing a track meet at school. And they're like, why don't you go out there and try? And instead of running like a normal person, he like does this all fours freaking windmill run thing. Bio and I laughed so hard. We actually had to go back and watch that part again. We were laughing too hard.
You concern me.
Look, it was
Atomic
funny.
Missy says, I love Devilman Crybaby, and Biohazard says, screw that pike.
They know. They know. If you know, you know. And then the end with the half, and then the face-to-face, you know, spoiler, non-spoilers, and then just yeah. Yeah. Anyway, DC, give me a next one before I start going on about the ending of that show. Even more. Soul Eater.
Soul Eater. Now,
Soul Eater. I love Soul Eater.
Soul Eater is awesome, and the creator of Soul Eater is doing Fire Force. If you guys didn't know that, the Fire Force show is done by the guy who did Soul Eater. Yeah, Soul Eater. About people that can turn into weapons for some reason. That's never really explained. There's weapons and there's meisters. Some people can turn into weapons and some people are meisters. And some weapons can also be meisters. It's a very odd world. I don't understand how it works, but it's awesome. The Soul Eaters go out and they hunt down witches. And their goal is you're trying to kill like 100 witches, you know, consume a soul, eat a witch, and then become a death scythe. Like that's the goal.
Can we talk about how Resonance, the opening Resonance for that show is one of the best ever? I have it on my phone actually. I love it. You hit another Biohazard in chat says you hit another person with another person. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, that
you hit another you hit another person with another person. That's
I love Death the Kid, which is actually the son of Death himself, which is also kind of like gray area, not explained.
Death the Kid. Well, Death is Shinigami-sama. Shinigami-sama.
Yeah.
He is kind of explained as to what happened to him. I will state that the anime goes way off the rails compared to the manga.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the day that they remake it, because I would love that. Remake it following the manga. I haven't read the manga, but Bio told me all about it.
We've got some awesome characters. We've got Soul, who is
Pointy Tooth Boy, the
pointy-toothed, silver-haired delinquent guy who turns into a scythe, who also can play the piano. He can play the piano.
And Maka, his wielder.
There's Maka, his meister. Then there's Black Star, who I love, and Soul and Black Star have a very fun friendship. It's a beautiful friendship. Sorry, Black Star. It has the greatest sword ever, Excalibur.
Cool.
It's a very Biohazard says Black Star is my favorite. Yeah,
look,
Black
if you
Star
haven't seen Soul Eater, what are you doing with your life? It's one of those just like should be required for anime fans.
Death the Kid has his twins that he hates because one twin is taller and the other is shorter. Yes. He hates it because he's got hardcore OCD.
Death the Kid and Soul are my favorite.
Yes, Buckabear.
The Epping Boss says, and the Laughing Sun. Yeah, the sun's very, very weird.
Yeah, the Laughing Sun. And
Bio says the manga was so good. Black Star is her favorite, and she agrees. Fools.
Yes, that is the catchphrase of Excalibur. Buckabear.
Oh yeah, Patty and Elizabeth are good.
Yes.
And then don't forget. Well, I can't say the name of the character because of Voldemort.
Excalibur.
So I'm just gonna call the character Voldemort. So.
Excalibur from United King. I'm looking for him. I'm going to California. That's the song. That's Excalibur's song.
That really
Does
is
it make any
song.
sense? Does it make any sense? No. Also, he has like 989 rules to use him.
Hi, Luna. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. One of those rules is like you have to like make him tea on Tuesday at like 8 p.m. or something. It's stupid.
Luna, right now, thanks for joining us. We are talking about some of our top supernatural anime, so if you have some, throw them in chat.
I think that was my favorite thing when like Black Star and whoever went to go looking for Excalibur, and then they found out how many rules he had, and they just left.
Yeah, Excalibur was okay. High maintenance is an understatement.
I love it. It's so funny.
But look, I'm gonna bring up my next
so
one.
funny. Oh,
My
I'm gonna
next one,
cry.
a lot of you, especially female or those who identify as female viewers, Black Butler. Come on.
Hey,
Black Butler.
dudes can like Black Butler too. It's an awesome show.
Yeah, but there's one reason why
Christian's
mostly women love Black Butler, and the answer is
Alright, yeah, you little,
Sebastian.
yeah.
We all thirst over Sebastian, and if you don't, then it's
Another, yeah,
Grell.
another I count as a horror, but yeah, it's also
Yeah, it's
definitely
also there's
supernatural.
lots of animes that share genres.
Sebastian is indeed though one hell of a butler.
He really is. So Black Butler takes place in a dystopian steampunk 19th century, and it tells the morbid story of young CL Phantom Hive, who is known as the Queen's Guard Dog, taking care of the many unsettling events that occur in Victorian England for Her Majesty. Aided by Sebastian Michaelis, his loyal butler
Grell.
with seemingly inhuman abilities, CL uses whatever means necessary to get the job done. But there is more to this black-clad butler than meets the eye. Ha!
Like
My synopsis has a pun. There's
like
more to this black. Oh, the maid, yeah. In CL's past lies a secret tragedy that enveloped him in perennial darkness. During one of his bleakest moments, he formed a contract with Sebastian, a demon, bargaining his soul in exchange for vengeance upon those who wronged him. Today, not only is Sebastian one hell of a butler, but he is also the perfect servant to carry out his master's orders while all anticipating the delicious meal he'll eventually make of CL's soul. I love Black Butler.
I have a theory that Mr. Butler Man is Satan.
He very well could be.
Like, there's just like too much stuff happens. Like, the Shinigamis in the show are awesome. Like, that's why Grell is my favorite. I love Grell.
Grell is awesome. Grell is so much Grell is so much Grell. Can we talk about how Sebastian loves cats? And then he was even playing with a tiger, and then the tiger's just not having it, and Sebastian was still like, "Oh, you're so beautiful."
Yes, Sebastian the demon butler loves cats.
What
I don't know why. He just does. He loves cats.
Luna, I'm getting the urge to watch it myself, Luna. I really am. Just talking about it.
If you really want to, go ahead and check out the manga. It takes you on a ride, and you find out exactly what happened to Seal.
Well, there's also the weirdness that happened at the end of the first season, and then the second season was really weird. But I was actually in the middle of Circus.
You know who my favorite character?
Then I forgot to finish watching it.
Favorite character of Black Butler's Undertaker.
Undertaker. Okay, yeah, the Undertaker's awesome.
Yeah.
Just
Chase manga is dope. It's amazing.
All dogs go to heaven, so it only makes sense that he would like cats. Yes, Luna,
True.
You're absolutely right.
Very true.
And Bio, no spoilers, Bio. I know the spoilers shocked you, but no spoilers in chat, please.
Oh.
If you want to discuss with DC about spoilers, hit him up. So
if you guys want to discuss spoilers, I'm available.
If I've seen it, then we can discuss spoilers. So yeah, join us in our Discord. We even have a channel for media spoilers. So if you want to talk about spoilers, that's the place to go. But anyway, DC, hit us with another one. We got time for a
to Bleach. My number one.
I hope I can sneak my number one in.
So, as you guys may not know, I have a Bleach watch over there. I have a lot of Zanpakuto keychains. I have Tosen Zanpakuto over there. I have Kisuke Urahara's hat.
Kisuke Urahara is awesome. Roar, Sabimaru! Look, yes. I love Bleach. That's one of the few animes I've gotten my husband to watch.
Roar Zabimaru? That's not Kisuke. That's Renji.
No, I know that's not Kisuke. That was just the first Zanpakuto that came to mind.
Benihime.
That was the first Zanpakuto that came to mind. It's Renji Zanpakuto.
I hate something you used to love as a painful feeling indeed.
But yes.
Bleach was okay. So the problem with the Bleach anime is the
too many fillers.
But
Just like Naruto.
Bleach follows Kurosaki Ichigo and his story about becoming a Shinigami and his tale of fighting for friends and family and going to Soul Society. Yes, Biohazard Grimjaw. Yeah, Grimjaw. Yeah,
She
Grimjaw
is
the
a big
most.
simp for Grimjow, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what, right now.
Grimjaw the most badass character in all of history.
You did a
Uh,
swore.
Badass is fine.
No, it's not.
I'm not gonna say cool butt.
Yeah, cool butt.
No.
Cool butt it is.
Yes, read the manga. It's amazing. Yes, Aizen is one of the best anime villains. Aizen is freaking awesome as a villain. He is conniving. He is cunning. He is a great actor. He is clever.
Look, you're
he is
absolutely right, but I don't
everything
like
Isabella.
Aizen.
He is everything Isabella wants to be. That's a reference for something we'll talk about soon. But he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He is so good. That moment where he takes his glasses off and he reveals that he was the mastermind behind everything.
Wow, spoilers.
Freaking awesome. It's the first season. It's fine. It's so good. He is so good. That moment.
Luna, I'll get to that.
I was reading the manga, and when that scene happened, I was like, holy crap. What? It's so good. And this is also a reference to Bleach. If you guys don't know, Ichigo technically is a Vizard. They have hollow powers, which gives them a mask that they wear.
Yeah, I haven't finished it because my husband and I were watching it and we got to a stellar arc and we just left it. Like, we'll get back to it eventually.
Do you know what Ichigo's hollow name is?
Hologo? I don't know.
It's Ichigo backwards.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Okay, Alucard, settle down. Okay, I'll be quick with my number one.
There's so much good stuff about Bleach. I can't even talk about all of it.
Look, Bleach was going to go on my list. It just barely did not make it. I'm glad DC brought it up because it's an amazing anime. But look, I'm going to be quick with my last one.
Hold on, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I'm just going to state, Final Getsuga Tensho. Oh my god. Final Getsuga Tensho.
I'm glad you didn't spoil nothing. One day I'll be finally finishing it. I'll be like, oh, that's the thing. Probably not, because I don't remember anything.
That gave me chills. It gave me chills.
Anyway, my last one's Death Note. I mean, obviously, gotta be, Death Note.
Did you know that Shinigamis like apples?
Yeah, Shinigamis do like apples. Look, if you haven't seen, I'm not gonna read the synopsis. Death Note's about a very, very hyper-intelligent school kid that was bored with normal life that found the Death Note. When you follow the rules in the Death Note, hold on, I happen to have one.
You write the name of the Death Note, and the person dies. If you don't write a specific death, they die of a heart attack.
And he goes about bringing around his own.
Death Note is good.
Death Note's amazing. DC, how did you spell your first and last name again?
No. Yeah, Empire says translator's note. Keikaku means plan.
Oh.
Biohazard. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Yes, and it's just a great anime if you've never seen it. It's awesome, and honestly, I loved L and I loved Light, but you should know by now I'm Team Light.
Team L. L.
I'm Team Light.
Team L.
Team Light. Don't pay any attention to that crash. I totally did not knock anything down.
Love L sitting in his chair like
the way he sits, just like
sitting in his chair to eat cake. Like a little
I have not seen the Japanese live action movies, Luna. And Bio says that she has the manga set with the extra manga book. Hey, if you're Team Light, hit it in chat right now. Now, I did have some honorable mentions didn't get time to talk about, like Spirited Away, One Punch Man, Elfen Lied, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Blue Exorcist. I had a lot of honorable mentions for this list.
Let's not give a shout out to One Punch Man, but let's give a shout out to One Punch Man's opening theme.
Look, One Punch Man deserves an entire shout out.
That's an episode we need to do. We just need to do top anime themes. Because, my God, One Punch Man has an amazing theme.
Boss Man, we know you're watching. Let's put that in the works in the future, yeah?
Power.
Can we actually, like, play the themes during?
Probably
I don't
not.
think we could get away
Probably
with that,
not.
huh?
We could maybe get
Probably
away with, like,
not.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that's all we need. You know, have you ever done those challenges that's like they play 1 second, 3 seconds, and 5 seconds of an anime opening, and you try to guess it before 10 seconds or something like that?
I could probably guess most of the One Piece openings pretty quick.
A One Piece reference. What do you know? You know what?
Look, I couldn't put it in the top because it's not a supernatural anime. It's a fantasy anime. So when we do top fantasy animes, when we do best fantasy animes, guess what? One Piece is in it. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all top 5.
Luna says, "Oh, you need to. The way they ended should have ended in the anime." Are we talking about the manga for Death Note? Oh no, the live action. Okay, the live action Japanese movies. I'm sorry.
Anime quiz challenge. Yes, we got some good ideas. One Piece is great.
One Piece is. Look, I've not watched it, so I can't be too judgmental. But anyway, you know what time it is, DC?
Is it time for Anime Club?
It's time for Anime Club. DC, what's Anime Club?
Well, Anime Club is where we watch anime movies, and you can tune into Anime Club Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by joining us in the Anime Club voice channel in the server. We're currently watching Promised Neverland and God of High School, and along with the Anime Club episodes, Yojak hosts a different anime movie every week. This upcoming Friday is Penguin Highway. Expected start time is 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Everyone is welcome to join, and we hope to see you there.
And currently, we are watching the Promised. Oh.
Yep, Promised Neverland and God of High School.
Yep, and we watched episode 8 this last Friday, both of them, and we also watched the Godzilla Planet of the Monsters movie. But
we'll talk about that after the show.
In the post show. And the only way you can watch the post show is by being a Patreon, and you can be a Patreon for as little as $1 a month.
So this week, Promised Neverland 8.
Look, you complained last week that the Promised Neverland's too slow. Nothing ever happens. Something happens.
Oh! You think that makes up for it? You think that the slowness of it made up for it?
I like Promised Neverland's pacing. Fight me.
The pacing sucks.
You suck.
The season's almost over. You know what? How the season's almost over. Yeah, DC Rage incoming. Because something finally happened. Finally.
Look, I know
and they managed to drag that out.
Look, I enjoy the pacing of it. Okay, it is not a shonen action anime. It's got its own story and its own pacing, and I think it's good.
And you're just blinded.
Rude.
So slow.
Rude. If you guys agree with me, tell DC he's wrong in chat. Give him the shame bell or something.
If you agree that the pacing could be a little faster. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to go really fast. I'm just saying there is a lot of stuff that they show that can be cut out or at least replaced with the stuff they don't show us.
But look, it's supposed to be slow and build that dramatic tension, right? Right.
Build any tension. That's the problem.
I think it is. Anyway,
you know what? It started building tension. It just started building tension this episode because we finally have actual real stakes. You know why we didn't have stakes? No, we didn't have stakes before because it was like, oh, when are they getting sent off? Oh, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Well, our plan's gonna happen in 10 days. There was no stakes. Now there's stakes. Now there's like actual tension. Now there's, okay, are they going to be able to get this done in time? Like before, you're like, okay, well, we could get this done in 10 days and we have 2 months. And it's like, well, that's not tense.
Are you done?
I'm just saying, is it tense if they can get it done in 10 days and they have 2 months to do it?
I think it's tense.
Is that tense?
I enjoy
Where's the tension of can they get this done in that time frame? Because they don't have to worry about the time frame.
Not getting caught.
What?
Okay, the Otaku Empire says not to skip ahead, but DC was just wishing Emma would break a leg. So, and the Otaku Empire also says DC should go to Olive Garden steaks and breadsticks. Anyway, we start off the episode with Mom and Crone, and Sister Crone appointed to be Mom of Plant 4.
I do want some steak, though. Yes, she got her into being a mama, and God, Isabel.
And she's like, "Oh, I've been pushing your name, and Grandma's waiting for you at the gate." And then Crone's all by herself packing up her stuff, and she's all stressing. She's like, "Isabella's trying to get rid of me. She's gonna."
No, I wrote a note specifically about that, where she's like, "Isabel's trying to get rid of me," and I was like, "No, not trying. Did."
She done.
She succeeded. That's not like when normally you're like, okay, is she trying to get rid of me? You know, that's when you suspect something's going on. When she comes up to you and says, "Grandma's waiting, pack your stuff, get out," you've been gotten rid of.
But that's what she wanted, though. Crone wanted to become a mom.
Yeah, but that's kind of like your boss coming in and telling you, "Hey, you're fired," and being like, "Oh God, am I fired?" Yeah,
you're right.
I told you're fired. Get out.
So she's like, I don't want to let her have her way. So she makes something. We find out what it is later, but she makes something, then leaves. And then we see Grandma, but we only see from here down. We see the top of her nose down. And she is a grandma.
Yep,
and
she is a grandma.
Crone's like, I need to report something. Then we go to our kids and dinner, and they're like, where's Crone? Or is it dinner? Breakfast?
Breakfast.
I thought it was dinner because it's clearly dark outside while Crone
It looked like breakfast to me.
Whatever meal time it is. Oh, well. Then they notice Crone's gone, and Ray's like, the little guy's like, Mom said she had to work. And then we're back to Grandma and Crone.
Well, the thing is, though, that you're skipping over the fact that she had a box, a note, and a pen.
Yeah.
And that pen is very important for some reason.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And then that Grandma's pen 5 times.
Yeah, and then we'd see the reason why there's a pen, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, Crone told Grandma that
I made a special note here, though. When Crone goes to see Grandma, I made a special note. Cue Walk in the Rain.
Yeah, that's very visual trope.
And I stopped remembering. That song? Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, look, I don't want to relive that memory right now, alright?
I walk in the rain.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, she's reporting...
she's like the 3 perfect scores kids and 2 below them know the secret, but I have no evidence. Grandma's like, they're still under control.
Yeah, as long as they are under control, it's fine.
Yeah. So we have a flashback, and it's what?
Go on.
Oh, I think it's a young Isabella to a young grandma.
Yes,
grandma.
It definitely looks like a young Isabella.
And
she's got like the hair and the eyes.
Yeah, and it's young Isabella like up on the wall trying to escape, and young grandma convincing her down. How long has this been happening? That was my question. How, that was at least, let's say at least, because Isabella
almost
looks
20 years,
in her 20s.
She's 31.
Oh, she's 31?
Yeah, we got told that last week.
That's right. So this has been going on quite a while then, because, yeah. So at least that was at least 20, though that was, at least 20 years ago, because she was about 10-ish looking. And then Grandma's like this, just like it was in my day, and she won't let Crone get in Isabella's way. So Grandma's in on whatever Isabella is doing.
And she's like, did you think that we would really make you a mom?
Yeah, and she's like, this plant is special and you're a problem. Isabella's my pawn.
Oh no. You wanna know what they said in the sub? You are insufficient.
Oh.
Which, if you guys don't know, you need to see the hero Yoshihiko in the Demon King's Castle, because there's an amazing line in the Demon King's Castle from Yoshihiko, which is, "You are insufficient!" And later on, they're in a fight, and they're like, "She's still recovering from that epic burn." And that's all I could think of when she's like, "You're insufficient." It was just, she's still recovering from that epic burn.
Well, no, in the dub, it just says that I won't let you get in Isabella's way, you're a problem. Isabella's
she's
my pawn.
She's my pawn. I need her.
And everything needs to be perfect for Tifari, which we've not heard mentioned in a couple episodes.
Well, in the dub, in the sub, they just keep saying him or the one.
Ah, yeah, in the dub it
or
says Tifari.
The special one.
Gotcha. And then Crone realizes that they're in on it together, and she had no chance of winning. She starts laughing hysterically, so Crone being creepy.
Demon. Yeah, Crone being creepy, cliche. And a demon
and then,
comes for...
Yeah, like a demon boy comes out, and like, what that tongue do, though? Like,
They really drag that demon out.
And I have a theory.
Drag that demon out.
Yeah, they do. I have a theory. Perhaps children that struggle and panic and think they have a chance of escaping and a chance of hope taste better. Maybe they actually want to implement that. Like, maybe there's been subtle hints this whole time that led those children to see that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Isabella is clearly very intelligent. Like, maybe that was intentional. So during this time we flash back and forth.
Smarter than everyone.
Yeah. During this time we flash back and forth between the kids eating dinner and then Crone and then Crone's flashback.
Crone's flashback. Yeah, it's a very weird cut. Did you notice though that Crone gets accepted into like the Mama program, and then you see like a bunch of girls, and then it cuts like back a little bit later, and you see like over half of them are gone.
Yeah, so and honestly, the first shot gets to be a mama. Luna, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Take care.
Yeah. You guys definitely have to join us next time. Appreciate it. Yeah. Anyway, but
not every girl makes it the mama.
And at first I was like, some of those look like boys, but it was just a haircut, and girls can have short hair too. So,
but they're trained in like martial arts, grappling, sewing.
Oh, she gets the surgery as well. You get to kind of see that.
And then like as she becomes an adult, it looks like before she leaves, because she's like what, 26.
Yeah,
so
I think
clearly she's an adult.
And then, but you watch Crone kind of grow up, and that innocent fear turns to anger, and then turns to insanity, and then that's when she starts getting that creepy vibe.
Yeah.
And then Crone. Go ahead.
Talk about after her training, all of that training and stuff. When she's getting near dying, we get an image of some guy talking to someone else, and he leaves behind a pen, and it's the pen that Crone had.
As we said, during this, we also get flashes of Crone trying to fight off this demon, and she's got like a letter opener.
Yeah, that's not.
But as you did say, they did stretch that out a bit. But we all knew
it just kept coming back, and then she's still running, and that's like.
Or she's like,
how did
up against the wall.
How would she go from up against the gate to running to the gate to being in front of the demon to running back to the gate? And I'm like, where are we? What is happening?
They were trying to make it more dramatic, and that scene they kind of failed a little bit because we all know what's going to happen. But anyway, about the doctor. Go ahead.
We get the flash of the pen. She picks up the pen, and then she leaves the pen box in the drawer. Like in a drawer, she leaves the pen in the box in a drawer.
Yeah, and then we also see that the demon's kind of toying with her a little bit during this too.
But Crone confuses me.
Look.
Crone confuses me, because she's gonna get killed by the demon, and she's just like, "You kids better escape." And I was like, "That wasn't what your plan was originally, lady."
Now look, the demon had the flower, but it was white, and then
it wasn't even bloomed yet. It hadn't bloomed yet.
But it was white.
She got stabbed, and then they started blooming and became white, and then they started turning red. And I was like, "Oh, it absorbs blood."
Yeah, and that's what it seems, and then it doesn't actually show the demon impaling her, but what she does yell about her final thoughts is that she wants to see the kids escape. You hear her scream,
destroy this world.
Yeah.
And I was
during the final thoughts, we see Emma, Ray, and Norman just eating their dinner happily, unaware.
Yeah. Oh, juxtaposition. They're eating dinner. The demon's eating Crone. Ha 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 ha. I get it. Symbolism.
Yummy. But she dies and the flower blooms red. And then it's Mom and Ray.
Yeah. Ray shows up with Mama to switch out the chemicals, but Mama's
Mhm.
like looking at a little too on the nose symbolism. Yeah, it was a little on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's looking at a box of packed stuff.
That red case
Yeah. That red
that
case
came in the
though.
mail. Yeah. And Ray knocks on the door. He asks if she's ready, that it's time
Which
to switch stuff out. So
and
he's
as
gonna. They're doing the distraction plan. So
yeah,
Gilda and Ray, or not Ray, but Gilda and Dawn are watching the window. He's distracting Mama, and Emma and Norman are off trying to see the top of the wall.
now, as they're walking, Isabella tells Ray that she took out Crone. He's like, I took out Crone.
Yeah,
And
and
he
then she's like
out.
really smug about it.
Yeah.
He's very shook.
Out. He runs to Crone's room and opens it up, and she's gone. And they have this conversation where he's like, well, are you gonna get rid of me next? And she's just like, oh yeah, well, you served your purpose. You were a good dog, even if you are a traitor.
Yep.
And she pretty much reveals that Mama knows everything.
He's like coughing a lot during that part too.
Well, remember they said it was like very much brought up early on that Ray has a weak constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he's not as physically good as everyone else because he has a weak constitution.
She's like, "Oh, it's changed. I'll be controlling everything on my own from now on." And she pulls out her tracker, and she's like, "I'm sorry.
I will control them myself.
I hope you'll forgive me.
Yeah, forgive me for the things that I'm about to do." Which reminded me of a Motley Crue song. Have you ever heard the song Saints of Los Angeles?
I think so.
The opening to the Saints of Los Angeles is Our Father who art in heaven, forgive me for the wrongs that I have done and for the wrongs that I'm about to do.
Oh no.
And I was like, that's what it sounded like to me when she's like, forgive me for the things that I'm about to do.
So she throws him in a room, locks him in, and she sees the signals of Emma and Norman. Yeah. And then she's like, they're out checking the fence.
But the important thing is that she tells him, I know that you won't, or the chemicals never mattered because I know that you won't let them kill me.
Yeah.
You'll find a different way. Because she's like, I'm curious about why she knows that or why she thinks that. But we also get like Ray trying to break down the door, which again, important to note, he is physically weaker, has a weaker constitution, so he's not able to break the door down. And then we get Dawn and Gilda, who are outside, like, oh, what's going on?
They see Mom just come out, and they don't see a signal.
Yeah, and Dawn's like, oh no, why's Mama here? I gotta go, I gotta find Ray. Busts into the house. Ray's, like, beating on the door, and Dawn's like, Ray, that you in there? And he's like, yeah, and he's just like, move away, step back. And whenever that happens in a show or anything, why does no one ever step back immediately? Like, what do you think they're gonna do? What do you when you hear someone like, oh, you're stuck behind a door, step back?
Look,
shouldn't your first
I
thought
know
be they're gonna
Dawn's
kick this door
kind
down?
of tough and all, but that was like a pretty solid door.
Well,
I gotta say,
you gotta think about it. Dawn's like 12, but he's like 5'8". He's a tall guy for a 12.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think they'd have strong doors though for those kinds of reasons.
Dawn's like me. At 13, I was 6 foot tall.
Dang.
So
well, my 8-year-old is like 5 foot tall, so nearly. He's like probably like 4'10". He's a big boy.
That's normal.
But anyway, so they run off they free Ray, and then Dawn and Gilda and Ray run off to try to go stop Mom.
Like, we're gonna go stop Mama. That was pointless.
Emma and Norman are out getting the rope, and then like they hear or sense something, and Emma's like, yeet, and tosses the rope.
I don't understand how that worked. It's like supernatural senses to know Mama was there.
I don't know. She yeets the rope off in the bushes as Mom approaches. And then everyone's smiling. Oh, how's it going?
She's like, oh, this is the first time that I've talked to you without the acting.
Exactly. Only me. Relax. The caretaker and children are meant to be food. Yeah.
But I wrote down Mom says she isn't acting. Your creepy smile shows that is a lie.
Unless she's just creepy normally.
Maybe. But yeah, basically Mama knows it all. knows
But
everything.
she loves
knows
the
they know.
children.
She loves
She
them,
said
and that's why she wants to feed them to demons.
She's like, just give up resisting. You'll have a happy but short life. It's paradise until you die.
Yeah.
Like, and then
She's
they go back to
trying.
this back and forth question and answer thing.
Yeah, she's trying to get them to come back and blah 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 blah.
Well, what
And
about
they're just like,
Connie? Well, she had a good
yeah.
life. It's all
I mean-
fake and all suffer for freedom and happiness. You know, they do the back and forth.
I mean, they did have a good life up till the death.
Yeah. But, and then Mom says that there's escaping is impossible. It's dangerous outside. She offers a hand. Like, offers for them to be happy until time runs out.
Ray's just like,
And-
"Yeah, you're right, Mama. I am done. I'm not gonna be a good boy anymore."
Yeah.
And he tries to make a run for it. Emma runs up to hug her to distract her. And,
Yeah, look. Why would that... Yeah, go ahead. Norman grabs a rope. It's like focused on... The camera's focused on Norman. And then you just hear a bone-breaking crunch. When I heard that, I thought Emma's neck got snapped. I really did. I
thought she like dislocated something.
Well, she breaks her leg.
Yep. Well, you know what? Smart move by Mama. Oh, you guys want to escape? Broken leg. You're boned.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was broken because it was at her knee. It could have been like severely.
Oh,
Either
no,
way,
'cause
Emma's not
the
walking.
leg was like the leg wasn't straight. It was like this.
Yeah, you're right. And then Ray, Dawn, and Gilda hear her screams, and Norman's incredibly shook.
Yeah.
And
you're
they're
boned.
truly
The joke, she
truly
broke her
seeing
bone.
what they're up against right now.
Hugs.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They see that, and then she's taking Emma back. Like she ties a stick and makes a
she
splint for
braces the
Emma's
leg. Yeah.
And
She's like-
she takes her.
But hold on, before she does that, Mama sits there and like soothes Emma, like, I'm so sorry. This
It
is why
doesn't
I told you to
It
give
doesn't
up.
hurt.
Yeah.
Like, she's saying that. She's like, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. And it was really creepy and weird.
And she's like,
And,
I will control you all until the end because you're a special food. Only a special one is able to eat.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
highest quality children she's ever raised. So she braces a broken knee, and she has to protect them. And she was forced to do this. And Emma just screams.
Yeah, but when she takes her back to the kids, they're like, "Oh, did Emma get hurt? Is she hurt?" And then they all like look really shocked and like,
Yeah.
It shouldn't. They have wrong faces for what they're seeing. Because like they should look concerned and sad, not, "Oh my God, we're gonna be served to demons" face.
Yeah. Yeah. They all look
And-
very horrified. And then we find
cut
out, of
back.
course, Emma's not going to be able to move for a while, so you don't have to worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then we get a notice from HQ that. Go ahead, you say it.
Oh, she said, you only have to make it till tomorrow. And then she's like, I got a notice from HQ. Norman, your shipping date has been set.
Yep.
But
So
remember, you only have to make it to tomorrow. Your shipping date has been set.
Yeah,
Now, like I
tomorrow.
said, we finally have a ticking clock.
Yep, and
'Cause-
Emma might have to be left behind. We know they're not going to do that, but they might have
No.
to. Like,
No.
Norman panics, and it's Mom's checkmate. Is my final note on that episode.
It is. She, like I said, Mama is the smartest person in that entire place. Like,
Yeah,
no
like-
wonder Grandma's so like proud of Isabella. She's like the smartest freaking person on the planet. She has outsmarted everyone at every turn, every time.
Look, we're gonna have to hurry through the God of High School if we want to end somewhat on
Oh
time.
no,
So,
there's a lot to this one.
so God of High School. Oh, we didn't even say the name of the Promised Neverland
Yeah,
episode,
we did.
which was
I said it.
021145.
Yeah, I said it.
Okay.
When you said it, I said 021145.
Oops,
But this
my
one is
bad.
close/friend.
Yes. And we're in the hospital.
Get this man some Zydrate. You're welcome.
Blood Market.
That was my
Blood
first
market.
thought, was because they're doing
Sometimes I wonder
What-
how
what
I
have
ever
we
fit
got
in.
in?
Sorry.
what are they doing? What are they doing to this guy?
The shark bite dude's
Surgery.
getting intensive. No, I made a joke. Okay, hold on. He's getting intensive, no, insensitive care. But
Ha ha ha!
because the sixth doctor dude has got little.
They're doing surgery while he's burning incense on his chest. Yeah.
So he's getting
Thanks,
intensive
Doc.
care. You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Hey,
I was very proud of that joke.
I would just be like, hey, get out of here with your needles and stuff. We're doing surgery. The ash will get in the wound. Our nanobots can't cure that.
There's Park and an older guy like observing, and he's asking Park why the Shark Boy is not disqualified.
Grandpa. That was his grandpa. The guy on the table, his grandpa. Which, just so you guys know, in the webtoon, like in the anime, like Park, let's say Park is like this and Grandpa's like this, you know. In the webtoon, I'm gonna have to do it sideways. Park is like this, and Gramps is like this. He's like a massive monster of a man, and it says like he barely fits in rooms.
Gotcha.
Like he sits on these chairs, and he's just like hunched over, and his butt is barely in the chair because he's like 12 feet tall.
What the hell? But anyway.
Sensitive.
Look, my pun is
you misspelled
great.
It.
Look, it's supposed to be incense, like incense, incentive. Come on, it was a pun. Look, okay, whatever. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Older. So he's asking him why Park, the Shark Boy, was not disqualified, and Park's like, "There's a chance he's the key." And he's like, "Is that the only reason?" And then we have our opening.
Key. Well, I had a note here, which is, are you really gonna trust a guy whose hair becomes demon horns? Like, you really gonna trust that guy? He has demon hair.
I mean, you can't judge somebody by their hairstyle, DC. That's not very nice.
Look, I'm sorry. If your hair automatically takes the shape of demon horns, like just on its own, I'm gonna assume you might not be the best person in the world.
That's a fair assumption for myself personally. But anyway. So we go back to the ring, and the other groups are competing. But, so... I don't know why I took notes on the losing team and stuff. I was not.
Awesome music.
We do.
Holy
and we have an awesome fight.
Yeah.
We find out about this one dude that's an awesome strategist.
Yeah, Hoodie Guy's team. Again, in the anime, it's like they send the first guy in, he loses. They send the next girl in, she wins, and she's like yoked. And the final
match will decide who moves on.
Yeah, I do have to say this though. It's weird that she's yoked because typically in martial arts, you don't do it to build lots of mass. Like, she has a lot of mass, and typically with like martial arts, the idea is to use like your opponent's energies against them, unless you're doing a very specific style of martial art. But the two of them seem to do the same martial art. So it's like, why is he all like kind of skinny and she's just like boom? It's weird.
I don't know. But anyway,
she beats down Big Dude.
Yeah,
and,
she does.
I do have
pretty
to say
much.
This. It's very weird because his plan makes more sense in the webtoon than it does in the anime.
Look.
Well, remember I told you the webtoon. It's.
Don't you shame me, Chase. No. Don't you shame me.
Shame pun. In the webtoon, it's like, it's just whoever wins, whoever just like last man standing of the three teams. So in the webtoon, he sends the first guy in as a means of like wearing the person down, even though he's gonna lose. He just wears that person down so the girl can come in and do cleanup, and then her job is just beat the next person or wear them down enough so that next dude can come in and do cleanup. But his whole goal is just those two are fodder to wear down the enemy so that he can clean them up.
Yeah, that's fair. So it comes down to Park Ipyo and Gwimgi. And Park has a tiger on his jacket, and White Jen's like, tiger. Aha! Yeah.
Now, what does Gwim call Park?
I don't know. I said he's
Cherry Boy.
Smack. That's right, Cherry Boy.
Do you know what Cherry Boy means?
Virgin?
Yeah, because he tells him, go look up some internet porn, Cherry Boy.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. He calls him kind of lame, but yeah.
Yeah, Cherry
Anyway.
Boy is the Japanese insult means virgin.
Okay, so Park, I call him Park Boy in my notes because there's Park is a big family. So Park Boy is very fast,
Yeah,
with, like
it is.
windmilling blows,
Yeah,
and
he's
then
awesome.
it's Taekyon. Is that what it was? The style was?
Yes. I also noted both of them have a sign on their back.
Yeah.
Park has the white tiger, and then Grimkey has a no smoking sign.
Which is weird, but anyway.
He has a no smoking sign on
So
his
the
back.
smoking guy, Gwem, whatever his name is, it has like this black
Thank you,
mist
Chase.
shit.
Thank you, Chase, for correcting the pun.
Anyway.
But yeah, he releases a black mist that turns into black blades and spikes. And
Yeah. Park Boy dodges it.
Taekyon life transfer.
And he kicks the dude and he wins.
Yeah, just chin kick down.
Yeah, and Jin's watching and incredibly invested because of the tiger thing, and he's like, that looks like my grandpa's military uniform.
There.
So our main three walk home and they're discussing opponents, and then
and Han's like, we can gain shitty.
Yeah. And then
Jin
we have a
don't
flashback
need it.
about monitors and Sharyuk, and then Han asks Park about if anyone can use Sharyuk, and he's like, no, not everyone. But some can train and never get it, and some others it just comes to them. Yeah. So Han's at work. Yeah.
No, you're forgetting. Jin says he don't need Sharyuk, and he walks off.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's like, I'm gonna go this way, guys.
I don't want. He doesn't want someone else's power. He wants to do it on his own.
Oh, back to walk. That is what I wrote, not back to work. Apologies.
Yeah.
I cannot read my own handwriting.
Park. It cuts back to Park talking to Jin.
Yeah.
About his grandpa.
And he's like, the Park is searching for him and for safekeeping. Safekeeping, of course. And Park asks if Mori has seen him. He says no when they show him the aftermath of Grandpa's last battle. It was caused by Sharyuk. And Grandpa's blood was there, and Grandpa is missing. And with how much blood he lost, he's probably dead.
And he's like, well, if that's how much blood my grandpa lost, I'm more worried for his opponent.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we find Jin on a bench alone. Now he's actually worrying about Grandpa.
And he gets met up by Park Ipyo, who's
Park
like,
Boy.
I'm a big fan of yours. And he goes to shake his hand, and then he like goes to throw him. And I put on my notes, Jin is attacked in the park by Park.
Yeah, they get into a little scuffle, and he flips Jin on his back, and he pulls his punch, but Jin had a kick aimed for his head, and they
he's like,
both
why didn't you
like...
finish it? And he's like, why didn't you? Also, did you notice he's got Akatsuki clouds on his arms?
I did see those, yeah.
And I just wrote in my notes, Akatsuki!
Which means like, what was it, New Sunrise or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, like Red Sun.
Yeah, but... And then he helps Jin up, and he introduces himself properly, and apologized.
And he talks about his past.
Yeah.
So, let's go
And he's
over
like, I wear this in respect to your grandpa.
Let's go over his first two memories. His first memory is that his dad died.
Mm-hmm.
And he's at his funeral. And his second memory is that his mom left him.
Yeah, his mom was just like, I'm gonna leave you with your uncle, his uncle was old as hell.
Yeah. So, his dad died, and then his mom was like, forget this brat, out.
Yeah, and she just leaves him with her uncle with like some sort of shrine or dojo or something.
Dojo.
And the uncle just...
Yeah, no, I had a joke here, which was the uncle just being like, your dad's dead and your mom left. Learn martial arts, you little orphan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much what happens. Your dad's dead and your mom's gone. Learn martial arts. And then he just insults him because he's like, oh, is this all you got? God, you suck.
And then Jin's like he's trying, but he's just sucking at it. And then Jin's grandpa shows up with a sleeping baby Mori with the little
It was
goggle things in his
so
backpack.
cute.
It was adorable.
Little sleepy Jin on his little, like, just sitting in his front. He's adorable. And I was like, "Aw, Jin hasn't changed at all."
No, and he's Jin's grandpa's like, I'm a friend of your grandpa's. I'm sorry I'm late. I have something
I've
for
got
your
this
dad.
book. Yeah, I got this
Mhm.
book. I was supposed to give it to your dad, but I was a little late. I got attacked. So I'm gonna give it to you. And he's like, "It was your grandpa's. He's like, was my grandpa strong?" He's like, "He was really strong, but not as strong as me."
But he helped save the world with me, and it's a book of Taekyon secrets.
Yeah.
And he died saving the world with him. And Park Boy, you have a great legacy. Like, be a great man, and that became his third precious memory.
Yeah. Can we just talk about the fact that he said I was supposed to give it to your dad, but I was late. So. And then we get
So let me just give it to this child.
Yeah.
That is clearly abandoned.
Shark Boy attacks because Park is attacked in the park.
Yeah. Park attacks Jin in the park, and then Shark Boy attacks them in the park.
And he's like, "I know you hate me, but don't go involving other people." And then it
in
shows
my
like
note, it was a wild Shark Boy appeared.
Yeah, and then it shows like, "I know you hate me, but don't attack people that aren't involved." And it shows a flashback of the shark dude on the ground, and Park is just on top of him, punching him. He's like, "Say you're sorry, say you're sorry, say you're sorry, say you're sorry."
I would probably have a grudge against him too for that. Just saying.
I was like, "What the heck?" That's a weird flashback.
But then,
you know what that
Shark
scene
Boy just
reminded me of?
smiles and leaves.
Yeah, it was weird. But that scene reminded me of Avengers: Age of Ultron. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep.
Yeah.
Say you're sorry, say you're sorry, say you're sorry, say you're sorry.
Yeah, you're right. And then he just smiles and leaves. And then Park Boy says that, oh, that guy's dangerous. And Jin's like, yeah, you're pretty dangerous too. Yeah. And so, then he takes off and he's like, oh, next time we fight, I'm not going to hold back.
I won't either. And then we cut to...
Then we go to Park Mujin, and Q just came in, and he's mad. He's mad.
So Park is attacked not in a park, but in his office.
By Q, who's got his Clown Reaper out, and he is angry.
And he gets slammed into the wall like Jesus. Jesus pose.
T-pose. T-pose.
No, it's Jesus because his hand has a cross on it.
Ah, look at you.
That's why I tell you he's Satan. He's got a cross and he's devil horns. He's Satan.
Anyway, Q's like, why did you let the assassins kill him and his wife and kid? And then he's like, who do you think you're talking to? I'm going to bill you for the damages. This poor guy is never going to make a dime in his life ever again.
Blue Hair, which we find out her name is P.
Yes.
Tells him that she had made a puppet using her ability Marinette. And that was what was killed. It was the wife and daughter, actually, they're safe.
Yeah.
And she says that, added on to that, like, I've got a message from Park. And he's like, I don't need an apology. And she's like, no. He says that if you calculate the damages, you're going to have to take responsibility. And you have 9 months of no pay.
Yeah. And she's like, and I'm also not lending you any money.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, P. And she's like, I'm not lending you money.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we go to Q, like, digging for change, and Han sees him.
And he's like, what are you doing?
And Jin's out training. We flash Jin, like, running
Jin's
around.
Training, and Han says he will cook for Q in exchange for training.
Yep. And he's like, you teach me how to use Sharyuk, and I'll give you, 1 meal a day or something like that?
Which,
so, every day.
They're like, why are you doing this? Do you even want to win? He's like, I just want to help my friends. I want my friends to win.
Yeah, it's cute.
Han Daiwei is a saint.
And then, but Han also mentions he also wants to know what's bothering Jin, but he's like not gonna ask him.
But he doesn't think he's dependable enough. He doesn't think he's dependable
And then Q's like, why don't you just,
ask him?
Ask him. And he's
That's
like, well,
fair.
he should tell me. That wasn't what he said, but that's kind of like,
Well, it's because he thinks that he won't tell him because he's not dependable enough. So he's like, I'm not a good enough friend.
Han is the
for him to
most
tell me his
dependable
problems.
person. He is
Han
the
is a
rock.
saint!
Yes, he is.
I want a friend like Han! Everyone
So-
deserves a Han Daiwei in their life that's just gonna be there for him and be a great person. Just like,
So
what's
then it's
up?
Park talking to the commissioners, warning them about Nox and the fact they're out of time. And Nox is preaching to the people.
Yeah. Oh God! The
that
world is strayed
the-
from God, and I'm like, what do you mean the world is strayed from God? There's gods. Gods. All gods.
They
exist.
must have one god that they're,
Only
Anyway,
one.
It's pretty much that Park and Nox back and forth. Nox is
Yeah.
like they're the evil, and Park's like they're the evil. And there's a traitor, and then do what it takes to stop it.
They're allowed
It's
to
war.
remove their limiters and strike down any Nox they see.
So then we see both Park and Nox. This is war, and
Yeah.
during this, Jin is also training.
Mhm.
And then Mira's training.
Mira
Thinking
and
about
Han get a
Sharyuk.
message.
Yep, they're monitor beings. And Jin's at home.
And
He's
Jin
wanting to
has
get stronger.
He has a little sad flashback of Grandpa telling him he's got to go to school, and he's
And
got to
he's
go,
just-
and he's
he's
like, "But
Sleepy.
I'm 6 years old," and he's like, "That's not an adult. You're not an adult yet." And
He's like, I'm sorry to leave you on your birthday. Grow up and get stronger, and we'll beat
Yeah.
up bad guys
You
together.
get one birthday present. What do you want? And he's like, I want a picture with my grandpa. And it's
Aw.
like, aw, Maury. And so,
No, he needs cuddles, not
and
struggles.
so he hears like, somebody's on his door.
And it's his
and-
17th birthday.
Yeah.
And
he's
Han
like-
and Mira come over.
And they literally come over and they pop poppers at him. And they're like, happy birthday. And he's like, how'd you guys know? And they're like, we got a message. And it literally
And they
shows
brought
up,
him
they're
a
like,
bunch
hey,
of
it's Jin
food.
Mori's birthday.
They
You
both
say
made him
happy
food.
birthday.
Mira's
I-
looked terrifying, but he
I
ate it
loved-
anyway.
I love that where Mira she looked terrifying, and then Han Daiwei shows what he made, and like she's in the background, and her face is like anger and puffy, and she's like, "Well, it's not a matter of how it looks; it's how it tastes." And I
It
was
tastes like crap.
And I was like, Mira is adorable, but no, it's not crap because Jin eats it first, and
Yeah,
he says
Jin
it's
does.
delicious. And then Han Daiwei is just like, well, actually, you need to do this.
You used too much kenku sauce.
Yeah.
It's too strong. You should have used soy. And he's just the Gordon
then-
Ramsay over
and then
there.
by the time he's done, they're just like, aren't you gonna eat anything? And they're just done eating.
Yeah, like he, not Han. Jin ate like nearly everything.
Everything.
And then they have a cake, and then friends are being friends and playing ball in the
friendship.
background,
Wow,
and it's cute.
it's
And-
adorable.
And then Han and Jin are kind of like, it looked like they're by themselves, but Mira was there too. And he's like, and he looks like he's gonna actually talk to him, like friend to friend. And
Yeah.
he's like, Jin, and Jin's like, yeah. And he's like,
I
next
don't
time
know.
we fight, don't hold back.
Yeah,
Or no,
don't hold
I'm gonna
back. He's
win.
like-
That's what he said.
Yeah, and then Mira's like, oh, that's what I should be saying to you. And then Jin's like, I want to fight both of you, and I'm gonna win. And it's just friendship. And that would have been an interesting place to end it on this note of friendship, but that's not where we end the episode.
No, well, first
That
they
just
also
came
find
off.
out that you good.
That just flew off.
First, we find out that Han cannot participate in the next round because he
yes, he's been
interfered with the
suspended.
last one. He's been suspended, so they have to win it on their own. And then the next days, there's somebody pounding on the door on Jin's roof.
And
Did
he's-
the elastic break?
No, it's still there. It just flew
Okay,
off.
good. And someone left something.
It's
up
it's a
there.
map and a photo of Jin Mori's grandpa chained up with his missing
Beat
eye.
up and gowned, bound and gagged, and
Done.
yeah.
Done.
Now here, if Jin chases off after them, he's gonna probably miss the match, and that would
Oh, he's
leave
gonna
Mira
chase
to
them
have
after them.
to win the match for all of them, which, woo, should be fun.
See, now again, think about this though. Makes more sense with the previous ruling system, doesn't it? Because she would have to fight all 3 matches by herself, where with the current match system, she wouldn't be able to. So it makes
Yeah.
no sense if he was gone, because they can't fight 3 matches if he's out. They can only have 2 matches maximum, which means they both have to win both matches.
Yeah, you're right.
The system makes no sense.
Look, you're right. And then next week we will watch episode 9. And what was our movie for next week in DC? Do you remember?
For next week is Penguin Highway.
Penguin Highway. Sounds
It's
interesting.
based apparently it was based off of a children's book.
Aw, I bet it's cute. But anyway, we have Empire News now. We're going to jump right into that. And there's a charity stream coming September 26th. Keep your eyes on our Twitter and Instagram for more details.
Dun,
Awesome.
dun, dun, dun.
You guys, that's going to be amazing. I hope to see everybody there and doing what they can. Even if you can't, donate to the charity, watch and support, like, comment, share, and all that kind of good stuff.
Give what you can, or at the very least, share and tell people about it.
For sure. But I think that's going to wrap it up for the OtakuCast today. Thank you guys, all of you, for being here. And we're gonna go do our post show after this, but that's for Patreons only. But you know about that already.
So if you want to see it, you know what you got to do. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for showing up. To the new faces, to the old faces. Have a good evening. Take care,
everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.